Why do I always ask you for questions before an animal communication session? Stay tuned and I'll tell you why. Hi everybody, it's Colleen here, Animal Communicator. So today I'm going to tell you why I ask for questions for an animal communication session. And I want you to imagine you're meeting somebody for coffee for the very, very first time. Perhaps it's a friend of a friend that has said, oh my gosh, you'll get on like a house on fire with this person. It's not a date or anything, so it's not a blind date, but it's just, you have a lot of things in common and it's going to be fab. And you're so excited and you go along and you're wondering all about this person, where they've come from, what they've done in their life, what they enjoy doing, where they like going, what their hobbies are, etc., etc. And you get there and all of a sudden you lose the ability to talk. Just bear with me, okay? I know that sounds a bit weird, but just bear with me. So you lose the ability to talk. So you smile, you sit down, the person's there opposite you at the table, well presented, smiling at you, and you can't talk. You can't ask all those questions that you wanted to know about this person. So the person doesn't know what your questions are. So they think, oh gosh, what can I tell her? I'm going to tell her about this amazing speech that I gave when I was at university because, that'll impress her a lot. So they give you this whole blurb about this fantastic speech that they did at university, and you're listening and you're thinking, wow, that's interesting. But I really want to know about their childhood and what they did when they were younger and why they live in the place that they live and what their hobbies are and what their likes and their dislikes are. So after the whole story about the speech at university, you still can't ask any questions. So the person thinks, oh gosh, what else can I tell them? Oh, I know, I'm going to tell them about the flowers that I grow in the back of my garden because I'm really proud of those. So they tell you about the flowers that they're growing in the back of their garden, and you're thinking, well, that's really nice, but I want to know like what you do in your spare time, and did you grow the flowers or are the flowers just there? And you can see that by the time you leave, you will know a bunch of stuff about that person, but you won't know all the things that you wanted to know about that person. And the reason why you want to ask those questions is so that you can see, where the two of you are going to click, and how knowing those things will lead into further conversations that the two of you can have. That's why I ask for questions in animal communication sessions, because fair enough, I always give the animal a chance to say what it wants to say without the questions. That's always the last question in every session. I always say to the animal, is there anything you'd like to say? So it gives them a chance that if they want to get something off their chest, like tell you about an incredible speech that they gave at university, they have the opportunity to do that. But if I don't have the questions from you as the guardian, the animal will tell me stuff, sure. But then you're going to go, oh, well, didn't they tell you why they keep hiding my slippers? Well, no, because they don't see an issue with hiding your slippers. They don't see an issue. So why would they bring that up in the communication session? And surely why would they explain why they do it if they don't know that it's wrong? So the questions give a framework. They give a framework to the conversation so that you go in with this thirst for knowledge about your animal. You want to know your animal on a deeper level. You want to know what makes it tick. You want to know if there's anything from its past that's bothering it or it's preventing it from leading its best life right now. You want to know the things that make it happy so that you can continue to do those things. And conversely, you want to know the things that the animal doesn't like so that you can stop doing them if possible. And it gives the conversation a framework so that you come away enlightened, you come away knowing more about the animal. But the animal also has a chance at the end of that communication session ask, to give information of its own accord. So you get the best of both worlds, but without the questions, you'll get information, sure, but not always the information that you would like to know that would help you lead or to have a deeper relationship with your animal. So that's why I ask for questions. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.